Welcome to another Superdave special review, as we're going to have another G.I. Joe play day as we look at right here in our G.I. Joe headquarters several other G.I. Joe classified characters and one exclusive as well. Gonna come right on inside. We invite you to come on inside as we look at Mutt and Junkyard, also known, Mutt's also his real name, even though it doesn't have it on the box, is Stanley Perlmutter. That's right, Stanley Perlmutter. And then we have Tripwire with some awesome accessories. He's our exclusive. We have Tunnel Rat. That's right, we're coming in the house with Tunnel Rat. And then a new debut. Yes, it is Jodie Shooter Craig in the Night Force, and she's looking awesome. I'd never even heard of this figure until it was released by Hasbro, so we're looking forward to taking a look at her. So let's go ahead and look at their boxes and talk a little bit about them, and then we'll break them open. But let's go look at the boxes first right now. Yo, Joe! Welcome to another G.I. Joe play day, as we said, and we're excited about taking a look at some really cool figures. First of all, I do want to look at this cool looking woman, Joe. She is looking awesome in the Night Force. She's called Shooter as her code name, and there's a beautiful picture of her on that side. Boy, she's looking awesome and really bad to the bone. There's all of her accessories. You see where she measures in height there. She's looking neat. She's got tattoos. Look at that cool little thing there. You know what? I'm just wondering if maybe, I know low light is just too cool for school, but maybe he'd have a thing for Shooter. I don't know. Two snipers? I mean, you know. But there's that QR code. But let's take a look at her as well. Then we're going to take a look at another standard that I remember very well in the 86-87 cartoon series 2 part, and that is Tunnel Rat, and he is looking awesome. He's coming in awesome looking right here. He was never one of my absolute favorites, but man, he's got some awesome skills that we'll need. There he is with those, you know, markings on his face as he tries to blend in, sneaking around, getting inside, like co-opting, going inside, you know, undercover and trying to get, you know, secure everything. You see where he measures in here in his awesome night vision goggles. That's really neat. That's one of the reasons I wanted this guy. Then there's your QR code. So we're going to be taking a look at Tunnel Rat. And then here's one that I was really unsure about until I started thinking of what I wanted to do for my movie. I am thinking all the time about my storyline, and I'm thinking about this guy. You have to wait and see, but Tripwire is going to really come in to play big, and I think he is so neat. He's looking for bombs. He's got his little droid there, his android little device to motorize, go in, so if something does blow up, it doesn't get him or the Joes, but yet he comes decked out with this really thick suit so that he can disarm bombs that may be planted in a city or somewhere. There's Tripwire, and there's these other code names of what he comes with there. Even a pet rat, that's right, that's trained to help him go in and get things. That's cool. We've got this theme of these animals coming with him, right? But there's his QR code there. There's an awesome look at him in the animated there, drawing really nice art. So look at all those accessories. Man, he just comes decked out with all kinds of options. Wow. Look where he measures in here. You can see there. But let's go ahead and take a look at him. But before we do, we're going to be looking at Junkyard. That's the dog. And Mutt, that's the man. This is Stanley Perlmutter. Yes, that's right. He's a dog canine trainer, and he is looking awesome, and it's so neat to have these articulated animals. I do wish, see, we got 2 head sculpts for the dog. I wish we'd gotten 2 head sculpts for him, because he's like always angry looking. Now I know we've got the mask, so that's its saving grace, because in the file card, just like it shows here, we usually see Junkyard with the mask on. But I still would like to have, you know, more of a calm looking face, so if I do want a bare face, he's not always gritting his teeth and looking angry. But anyway, there they are. Just take a look at there. There's his QR code, 113, and then there is the artwork on the side as well. So let's go ahead and break open first Shooter and check her out over here in the G.I. Joe headquarters. And here we are in our G.I. Joe headquarters. This is a busy place. It is buzzing. All kinds of activities happening in here. Everybody's doing whatever their job is to do. It is busy in here. But here we're getting ready to take a look at Mutt and Junkyard, Tripwire, Tunnel Rat, and Shooter. And that's right, we're going to go ahead and look at the accessories. And Shooter comes with, let's count it, 1, 2, 3 styles of hair. This style of hair actually has a gas mask type device attached to the hair. So you just pop off her hair and then you put on either the gas mask or the hair that has a different style. It looks like it has some braids woven into it. So that is so cool. She's looking so neat. I like her. She's very petite, very cool, beautiful face sculpt. But let's go ahead and look at what she comes with here just for a moment. She comes with a pistol on her side, as you can see there. She has some cool little molded pouches on her belt. She has a knife that goes up inside of here, and there's that little like computer readout looking little thing that it highlighted on the box. Then she has her tattoo there, as you can see. Of course, that's not an accessory, I don't guess. She comes with a little back clip that goes into the hole so that her sniper weapon, this long sniper weapon, can attach to her back and look low profile without this huge bulky backpack. So I really love that, especially being that she's so petite. But that's all that she comes with, but that's really enough for her, you know, being that she has the sniper and then these cool hair attached pieces and the mask and stuff. Her main thing is that rifle, that sniper rifle, so that's cool. And then we got Tunnel Rat. He's just really decked out. He's got a pistol type gun on his front here, his holster. He also has this bullet vest strap thing, also a pouch, a man purse, you know, kind of thing, a scarf. He's got a holster that's, of course, wrapped around him here. He does have a backpack, which is very vintage. It has the little flashlights that stick over the back with some green highlights on it. We'll look at that and see the night vision goggles. That's very reminiscent to the vintage figure. That was one of the things I always thought was cool about him, having those neat little flashlights that would plug into his backpack. And then he's got this really nice scoped automatic machine gun type weapon. It's got a huge scope on it. It's got a really fancy type cocking mechanism, looks like, as well as the little dual pod, not tripod thing. And so that's really cool. He also has a knife right there, as you can see. And so just really comes decked out with a lot of neat things all the way around here for our Tunnel Rat. And then we have Tripwire, and he is loaded down as a deluxe figure with a lot of cool stuff, as well as an entire separate suit that will pretty much fit over the one that he's got on. This is so that when he goes in to disarm a bomb, in case that thing goes off, he has a chance. So he's got a special thick helmet with a visor, shield visor, another big collar to go around his neck, and then a huge padding that will actually go over top. This padding, I do believe, this is his normal padding, which is pretty thick by itself. Shoulders, collar, helmet, goggles, everything that he needs. But in case it's a really heavy job, he's got another outfit for that. Then he's got his backpack that is complete with the metal detector, a bomb detector. And then he has his little droid thing that he can control with his remote there, as you can see him holding it with the little antennas. And so that little droid can move around where humans should not go in case there is a bomb, a tripwire, something. It gets blown up instead of the humans. And it can even go in and retrieve mines. And that little thing actually has a specific name, because if we lift up the box here and look at it, it shows us here mobile armored control lever for explosive ordnance disposal. So this is so that he can motorize or remotely control this thing so that it can go and pick up like IEDs or mines, kind of like these two that he came with. And one of the things that's cool, this backpack, I like about this backpack, it's got this cool looking thing. It looks like almost like it's lit up. It's so bright. And you can actually fit one of those bomb type little things up inside of there and store them. I don't know where you would store the other one as far as on his person, but you can plug one of those in. It's got like a readout on it here, so that is really neat. That's going to help him. It's got some scarring on it, so he's been using that thing. And of course the hose is another accessory. It plugs in the top of that backpack and goes into his metal detector, bomb detector thing. You can see he's got a gun on the side of his leg there in a holster that's removable. Those leg protectants are removable. So he's got a whole lot of neat little things. And I guess his rat's name is Apsara, maybe? I'm not sure. But yes, oh yes, he comes with a little rat that is apparently a friend that he uses to send in for things as well. Maybe attaches it to his collar, his harness thing, and I guess it's trained. But anyway, it's a little rat, Apsara, that's able to go in and do some certain things for him as well. That's pretty cool. Alright, but as you can see, he has a lot of accessories, and you can remove that helmet. We'll look at that in just a moment. Really nice helmet. That's what we're used to seeing as Tripwire. He usually has that helmet on. Don't ever remember, kind of like low light beachhead. I don't ever really remember seeing their face, but you can see his face. You can remove that helmet, and then his MACLEOD thing here, and it does have a little paint apps on it. It's got the little red highlights, and it is articulated, which we'll look at that when we take a closer look at all this and do the articulation. But you can see those little things. They have a little tab on the bottom there so that they can plug in to the back of that backpack. So that's really cool. Got a little paint app on that. It's hard to get this little guy to stand up. I was trying to stand him up without him falling over, like on his little remote thing here. But anyway, there we go. So that is Tripwire. And then last but not least, we have Mutt. That's right, Stanley Perlmutter himself. And you can see he has his helmet, and similar to General Hawk, he has a pair of goggles that go on his helmet that are removable, plus a pair of goggles that he can actually wear on his face. He also has that mask that is also removable. He has that little knife that is also removable. He also has a pistol on his side, as you can see there, which is really neat. Looking cool. It has some green accents on it. We'll take a look at that in closer looks as well. He's got these really thick, or this one really thick gauntlet there. That way when he's training dogs, if one of them attacks, it can bite that instead of his flesh. And you can see he is certified as a canine trainer. And so he's got a lot of cool gear on himself to be able to survive if one of them were to attack the violent dogs. He's got that classic machine gun, or that's what I'm calling anyway, with a small little scope. That clip's removable, has some green accents also on that. So our Mutt is decked out. But check a look at that hand. He's given a signal to Junkyard, which is his dog, and he's also wearing some gear, some thick gear that's strapped on him as a harness, and a dog collar with the handle on the back so that he could control him and keep him from attacking until he gave the command. But see, he's given a command right there, and that's why he comes with so many different hands. He's got a vertically hinged weapon holding hand already equipped over here, but take a look over here. We have a pointer finger hand. We've got a hand that looks like he may be giving him a treat or doing some other kind of signal with his hand here, as you can see. He's also got another weapon holding hand, and then another hand that looks like he may be giving him a treat of some sort. He's got a balled up fisted hand. He's got another hand that looks like he may be saying, "Come here, boy, come here, boy," and different things like that. And then, of course, Junkyard also has another head sculpt, which is a little bit more relaxed. Instead of in attack mode or growly mode, he's just got his tongue hanging out, just looking happy, probably wanting a treat or something. And of course, this head sculpt that he comes equipped with, he's growling, he's showing teeth, he's showing his gums, he's ready for business, his eyes look like he's angry, and he's ready to attack. And so, man, this Junkyard comes with a lot of cool stuff. And I forgot to mention, he also comes with a nightstick, as you see there, kind of like we saw with Shockwave. So he's ready to use that to help out in any way to enforce the law when they're called for duty. Both Junkyard and Mutt here. There's Junkyard and there's Mutt. And so they're ready to go. And that is their accessories. Alright, so now let's take a closer look at these characters and their articulation. Alright, we're gonna move in Shooter here, Jody Shooter Craig, a little closer so that you can get a good look. Just look at that face sculpt, just beautiful face sculpt, looking nice. Love the color of her skin, dark complected, really nice looking action figure, very petite, very cool looking. I love her deco, just her outfit in general. She just looks so stealthy. I like it for the Night Force. You can see also that tattoo that she's wearing, looking really neat. It's a dragon, looking cool. And her belt, she's even got these little clips on her belt. I guess that could be, man, I could put Beachhead's little grenades on there. That would look neat. And like I was saying here, she has this piece here, which is a small little clip that is designed just for her rifle, her sniper type weapon to go in. This clip is kind of unique. It goes up in there, so that's part of the accessories, I guess. It's even got a little hole in that part there, so that's kind of neat. But see, this just clips right on through that trigger section, and then you can just plug that right into the back of her, and she's got the ability to carry that. But I'm going to remove that here just for a moment so that you can see her hair. You can see this is the first set of hair, the first hair that she comes with. I don't know how to say that, but you can unplug it here, and it's going to look kind of odd. You can see how that looks there when you unplug her hair. But let's go ahead and look at the one that is the hair piece. Basically looks like the same hair piece, but already has the mask molded in with it. And so that's the way they chose to do this one. And so see, it just plugs right on, and then there she is with her gas mask. So that's pretty cool looking. That's really neat looking. Now the only trick with that is that nobody else can use that gas mask except for her and maybe Lady J, I don't know, but because of the design of the way the hair's done, because Lady J has the ability to take off her hair and hat and stuff too, so I'm not sure if it's the same design. But then she comes with one more, which is a different style of hair, and this hair has some braids in it with like some brown highlights, like you can see there, melange almost. I can't remember how that's pronounced. My wife could tell you. But see, that goes on, and then she's got like her hair down instead of up in a ponytail kind of thing, and has it styled a little different. So that looks really cool as well. Looks really good. Wish she had come with some kind of helmet that could have gone over that hair. That would have been neat, since she didn't get too many accessories. I told you about her knife here, and it doesn't have any silver on it, but it looks really good there. And she has a pistol, and it's pretty much just plain gray right here that goes in her holster, but it's a neat looking pistol, different looking, really cool. A different kind of holster too there, but that's nice. I love these shoes. This is different looking. It's almost like she's wearing moccasins of some sort, but it just gives a different look. So she's got a zipper here, got these tight pants, but it's got some cushion type guard, some armor type thing there. Looking good. This vest is non-removable. It's molded in, but it looks good. She's got, like I said, some kind of little, I don't know, readout here. Neat communication maybe, but she's looking cool overall. Let's go ahead and look at her articulation. So first of all, she's going to be able to look up about that much, not a tremendous amount. I don't think the hair is getting in the way, but I am going to switch it out right quick just to double check. Not really. The hair is not really getting in the way. So she's going to look up about that much. She's going to look down all the way. She's going to get excellent head pivot, turning side to side. Arms will go all the way around. She'll get a T-pose. She has bicep swivel. She has double jointed elbows, so she's going to be able to get it all the way to her ear there. She also has her rotating wrist with vertical hinge. She's even got, looks like, it's more of a wrap. It's not really a watch there. And she has, yep, vertical hinges on this side as well. Same kind of articulation. Let's get those out of the way. She has kind of a diaphragm joint. Let me move the belt just a little bit so you can see. Yeah, she's going to be able to bend back about that much. She's going to be able to crunch forward if you incorporate the waist and that diaphragm. She's going to be able to bend forward. See if it'll go a little bit more. She'll bend forward about that much. She's still going to get some side to side motion as well with that diaphragm joint. And of course, she'll be able to turn at the diaphragm and at the waist. So that's good. She's got the drop down method. She's going to be able to get full splits. She's going to be able to kick up a really good amount. Check that out. She's even going to be able to kick back just a little bit, go back a little bit. She has thigh rotation. She has double jointed knees, which go all the way back there. She also has the ability to go all the way tiptoes, all the way up. Has excellent rockers with the peg hole in the bottom. Has the thigh rotation, as I mentioned. You can do that drop down, so you can shift that in and out. So I think we got all of that. Let me check and see if she has butterfly joints. Yep, she has a little bit of a butterfly joint as well, which is pretty good for a female. Look at that. Pretty good for a female. So she does have butterfly joints that go in. So she's going to be able to get those arms crossed, kind of like we saw with Low Light. So that's pretty good. Looks like she's got better... Yeah, she does. She's got better butterfly joints than most the females do. So she's able to go way over like that. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Looking neat. So she could do some really neat, like, trying to figure this out here. So that's really cool. All right, that's Shooter. Let's take a look now at Tunnel Rat. All right, bringing Tunnel Rat on in here. He has everything that he comes with pretty much equipped here. You see his night goggles. You see his huge backpack back here, looking very good with all the different little pouches and quilted areas and straps. Nothing opens up, but it does have a neat little trick. You can put these little flashlights, which have the green light kind of reflecting down in there, and you can kind of put them and turn them in whatever direction he would need some light as well while he's walking through the tunnels. And there is his little gun we were talking about there just a moment ago, looking cool. And you see again here he's wearing his night vision goggles. There's going to be quite a few of the Joes that are going to be able to benefit from wearing those night goggles, those night vision goggles. So that's really cool. He's got his little scarf. He's got that man bag there as we showed you earlier. Then he's got like this little clip that has the little bullets coming, little bullet range coming on there. This folds down so he can set up for a sniper type scenario, or rifle, you know, setup, stability. This doesn't stay on very well because he's got so much going on back there with the bullet rack and the man bag and the holster pouch. I don't know what they needed to do because this is pretty stiff, not gummy like some of them, but I guess it needed to be a little longer or something, but it just does not want to stay in his back. It keeps falling off, and it's so heavy it's hard to get the figure to stand up. But that's, you know, the case with quite a few. You can see his trigger finger goes right in there really nicely and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this and the backpack and the night goggles and show you his articulation. I'm even going to, just for the sake of this moment, just to take off that little man bag there that he has so we can look at his articulation. He's going to be able to look up about that much. He's going to be able to look down just a little bit. That scarf thing does get in the way a little bit, but he's looking down pretty good. He's going to get head pivot, which looks good, side to side. He's going to get full 360. He has bicep swivel, yes. He also has a, let's see, yep, he's got the butterfly joint. It's trying to see if it's the added amount. It looks like it might be similar to lowlights where it has an added amount, but it just doesn't allow his arms to go very far like lowlight did. I'm forcing it so it's bending a little bit, but maybe he does. It's not quite the same, but it is better than like Duke and Flint and some of the others. So yeah, he's got improved butterfly joint. Then he's got the ability to crunch forward all the way with that hinge on the front. He's got the ability to bend back, and that's incorporating also the ball joint in the waist a little bit. He's going to be able to rotate some at the waist there, of course. He also has horizontal hinge on this side as far as his hands and will swivel, and then he has vertical hinge on this side. As you can see, a really good vertical hinge there that'll go down a really good amount. He's got tattoos or either paint or something to kind of camouflage on his face and arms just like he did, and this seems to be a little loose. It's very easy to kind of fall off, and it doesn't stay on his shoulder like it should. We may have to put something back here to kind of bunch it up a little bit, but it should be tighter. I mean, look how much I can pinch right there. It's just real loose. But other than that, I mean, he's got a lot of cool stuff. So he's got the communicator, kind of like we saw in the earlier guys. So he's got that communicator on the front of his vest, or his, I should say, his holster area, as well as like a little molded on grenade area there, I believe. Yep. And you see what he has, Tunnel Rat on the side there, nothing on this side. There's the back. His knife has some silver on the blade there, and he does not have anything on this side but a pouch, but he's looking good. He's going to get full splits. He has the drop down method. He kicks up all the way. He has double jointed knees as well. Thigh rotation also. He's going to be able to get all the way tiptoes, all the way up. Good rockers with peg hole in the bottom, even though he's got pants down here, so we don't have the same problem we had with Doc. Of course, his pants aren't as bunched up either, but looking good. It's got some detail on the silver on his belt. So this Tunnel Rat is looking really cool. Awesome. All right, now let's take a look at Tripwire. But we're not going to look at all their articulation, because their articulation is going to be about the same as this guy, except for Mutt and Tripwire's articulation is going to be hindered by their vests, and we're familiar with that. We've seen that many times in this line. So basically going to stick with this guy's articulation for now. We'll show you if there's any differences. Alright, we're going to bring our Tripwire on in here, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and equipped him with that big bulky outfit that you can see. It's really hard to get that backpack through two vests, but it can be done. I don't think it's necessarily designed to go over top of the other vest, but it can be done. You're just not going to be able to strap it on both sides. But I just didn't want to take, you know, all the tedious time to take off one vest to put on another vest. This one is so big, it should be able to go over that one. That's kind of the way I would see it. But you see the bigger, the thicker collar for him when he's going in to disarm a bomb versus the smaller collar that he has. So this is supposed to just really help him. And then you see I plugged in one of those IEDs or mine things, bombs in here. I guess you could kind of put that in there. I don't know if that's supposed to disarm it. It's hard to get them out once you get it in there. Yeah, I had to use a blade to get it out of there, but you can see obviously it goes in there. But you see the strap is not buckled over here, the buckles rather, but they are on this side. I was able to buckle this side. So again, this fits over top. You see I've got the bigger helmet on. So let me go ahead and pull this all off here. Go ahead and take that collar off just so you can see the helmet without the collar. Steady that helmet a little easier. You can see it's got a little design up here. It's got some design work going on in the back. So it's pretty high-tech helmet. Looks almost like a welder's helmet, welder's mask, and that's kind of what it is. But he's able to also, you know, hopefully survive an explosion or have a chance anyway with that gear on, just like a bomber. But there is his face sculpt. Let me dim the light here a little bit so we can see it. And there is his face sculpt, looking cool. See what he looks like. But what we're used to, I'm going to go ahead and remove this other armor. You see I have the armor on top of the armor. Go and unplug the hose, remove the backpack here, remove that armor. This is a thicker armor, and I guess you could put it on instead of that armor, but you've got a hole through this one and a hole through that one, so technically you can fit both on there, but I don't know if that's necessarily meant to be that way. But to me, that doubles the protection. I guess that's what it's for, but I'm not 100% sure. But, you know, to each their own in that sense. But all this is pretty much removable. Go ahead and take a look at his gun here. You can see it's a small little pistol type gun here. And go ahead and put his backpack back on. But you can see how cool this backpack is, and I wish it was a little bit stiffer as far as its peg, kind of like we had with Tunnel Rat. It was really hard, but it's already showing distress marks where I've tried to force it in there. You have to just kind of screw it in, almost work it back and forth, but it's a really neat backpack. If you take a look at the details there, looking really cool. You can clip this thing onto the side of it like so. Clip right on there so he can store that metal detector, and I guess the hose could still fit into the back there. Yep, just like that. And so he can store his metal detector. Really neat. And again, you can store one of these in the back of here, but that's just really cool looking. He has, I do believe, yep, he has the hinge method up under there. The way those buckle, you can see they have holes and little pegs that just kind of peg in. They're kind of difficult to get back on when they come off. We've seen that kind of stuff before. You just have to work on it, but that's how that pegs in. But if you have that pegged in real good, it's possible that you don't have to take it off to put the other one on, or at least that's what I did. But all of that is to protect him, and that makes sense. But he's going to be cool if you're pretending you're disarming a bomb or looking for a bomb. Him and boy, I could see Law and Order. I know we don't have him yet, but I could see him and Law and Order, and even Junkyard and Mutt taking Junkyard into a warehouse or something to check and see if there's a bomb or something like that. You see what's on the side there. Must be a ranking over there. Nothing on this side. He's able to look up a really good amount there. He's able to look down a pretty good amount. side to side, gets head pivot, same articulation. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's got that better articulated butterfly joint like we saw with Low Light and Tunnel Rat, so that's good. Pretty much everything else is the same. Drop down method. It's going to hinder a little bit. It's not going to kick up as much, but pretty much the same, so that's good. Boot cut. Everything's the same on that, so we're not going to go all of it. You've seen it already here with Tunnel Rat. But there we have it. All right, now let's go over here and look at his McCloud, M-A-C-L-E-O-D. Go ahead and look at his McCloud device over here. There's his little mouse again, or rat I should say. Let's take a closer look at this little joy pad here, so he's able to look and see where he's maneuvering this mechanical little android thing. Wherever it's going, he's going to be able to drive it around so it goes inside of the warehouse first and gets maybe collects the bomb and then's able to take it. This does not move at all right here. Wish this little clamp right here moved so he could actually pinch something, but it does not really move as far as it's supposed to anyway. But nothing. Yeah, this will move up and down right here. Nothing turns there. This bends right here all the way. This of course bends all the way and turns like that, so this can fold up just like that and pretty much be compact. No way to really put that on his backpack, is there? Nope, no peg on this. You see these wheels, none of that moves. It's just for pretend, but that's pretty cool, looking good. It does have a handle, so I guess he could carry it when it's folded up. Yeah, he could carry it. Don't think, let's see if that will come off. Yeah, it'll pop off, so you could pop that off and break that down even further if you wanted to without breaking it. That would definitely work. I guess that peg, no, that won't go in there. That wouldn't go in his back is what I mean. But anyway, there you have his little android or McCloud. They called it Mobile Armored Control Lever for Explosive Ordnance Disposal. All right, and the remote that goes with it. Really cool, awesome, really neat. All right, I think we've looked at everything. So now let's take a look at Mutt and Junkyard. All right, bringing our Mutt on in here. Let's just take a look at him real close here. He's looking awesome. One of the things that's cool about him, he's got a lot of hairiness. It's like they didn't go far enough down, but he's got hairy arms. He's got a hairy chest. He's got hair up in there. Look at that face sculpt. Let's see if I can zoom in even closer so that you can see that really good. He's got those gritting teeth. Those eyes mean business. He's looking intense. See that badge that he has as a trainer, an official trainer. They're looking cool. Those little bullets, so detailed there. The zippers. There's that little knife, and it does have a silver blade. That's cool. Got some pouches here. Here's his gun that has some green workings on it, like I shared with you earlier. Got a little looks like some kind of spray. Maybe that's pepper spray or something to help control the dogs. Even got some stuff written on it really small. Isn't that wild? Take a look at that. Wow, that's wild. That's just amazing. But anyway, he's just looking cool. Again, he's got this protective part so that the dog, it looks like it's even got some dog bites on it already. That's cool. Some scarring on there. That's really neat touch of detail there. And again, he comes with 4 sets of hands, so he's got a lot of cool abilities to signal or point. He's got a pointer fingers, tell his dog what to do. Get over here, Junkyard. Heel. Stay. You know, different things like that. So that's why he comes with so many hands. That's really neat. It's got a floating belt. It's got this vest. That's really, it technically would be removable, but we'd be in the fix kind of like, I think it's even worse than Doc's. It would be very hard to remove that. Just trying to see. Yeah, he's got the same kind of effect. So it doesn't hinder too bad. He's going to be able to bend back and forward. He's got the same articulation, looking up, down. Gets head pivot really good, side to side, really good there. His neck moves just like the other ones. Let's see what kind of butterfly joint. Yeah, he's got the improved butterfly joint like we've seen with low light and Tripwire. So yeah, that looks like that's here to stay. That's a nice addition. It just gets a little bit more movement than like what we saw in Duke and some of the others. That's good. Let's see if his arms will actually cross over though. It may not be quite as good as low lights and Tripwires. Let's see. Alright, yeah, it's close. I think this vest is hindering a little bit, but still looking good. That's good. Drop down method, of course. Everything's the same here. He's kicking up good amount. Splits. Yep, pretty much everything's the same as far as the articulation. So we won't go over everything. We've seen it already in this review, so there's no difference there on that. Main thing I was really questioning is this butterfly joint, but it does look like it's a little better, a little bit more of an improved one. Okay, there you see his face sculpt. You see his helmet, and those goggles are removable here, but we can also, since he came with these other goggles, we can put them on his face here. So let's go ahead and look at him with these goggles on. I guess you could put them up there to rest them on his forehead as well. And there we go. They have a real modern look to them, like they have some kind of little angle to those shades, which is really cool. It's painted almost bronze color, and you see he's even got a scar on his face right there under this eye that's deep. It's like it's healed, but the flesh tone is there, so that's interesting. And you can take the other, you know, goggles off of his helmet, and there's still enough room for him to wear his helmet and the goggles just like we saw with Duke. So that is a really nice look, isn't it? Looking really good. Mutt, you're looking good. I do wish it had come, as I said earlier, with another head sculpt that's not this mouth, you know, expression, more of a you know, average expression. But you know, again, we can use the mask because he was basically known for wearing this mask a lot anyway. But that is Mutt. Now let's take a look at Junkyard real quick, see his articulation. Alright, Junkyard, come on over here. Let's look at you right quick. Take a look at that head sculpt, looking so intimidating. As we said earlier, you can see his vest, these straps over here. There's the handle for him to pull him back if he's getting out of control. There's his dock tail. I believe this is a Rockweiler, if I'm not mistaken. His head is going to be able to go up about that much, and you can kind of cover up that gap with that collar if you wanted to. He's going to be able to look down, not a whole lot without that head snapping off. It's not going to look down more than about that much. See, it pops off if you go down any further. So not a whole lot of looking down. He is going to be able to, of course, rotate side to side and even look to the side a little bit, like so. So that's pretty good. His legs are going to come out. They are also going to be able to spread out a little bit further. He has articulated paws and rockers, just like Timber did. That first knee is present, as well as that second knee, and of course that leg will go up and down. Same with this side. See, he even has the little rockers. It's amazing. You can get him flat-footed. You can see there, and I believe it rotates as well. Yeah, it rotates here at that knee and down here, so that's cool. So he can lay down flat if he wanted to. That would be cool. And then his back legs, he's going to be able to spread apart like that and go in. It's going to go 360 around that way. He has that first knee. Yeah, that back leg was frozen up, but I was able to heat it up and move it there, and it also rotates there. Then he has, again, of course, that knee down there at kind of, I guess, the ankle more or less. And of course, also his little back feet will move, and he has the rockers on both of those back legs as well, and he has a little bit of a diaphragm, but it's more on the back here, so he's able to crunch forward a little bit that way, bend back a little bit that way, and rotate there, so he can get some seated poses like we do with Timber. And he's even able to go side to side that way as well, so that's good. So looking really good. Let's go ahead and pop off this head and then look at the other head sculpt. All right, good boy, good boy. Look at that. He's looking cool, looking really good there. Just take a look at there. You see his teeth, his tongue's just kind of dangling. Really good detail with the gums and the mouth and the jaws and everything. And he's able to look up about the same amount there. He's able to look down. Looks like about the same amount as well. Of course, looking side to side, turning side to side as well. So the heads is real easy to pop off. But yeah, Junkyard is looking really cool. Like the way he looks there. And like I said, you can get him in like a seated position. Get those legs just right. He can either flatten those out so that he can sit like so. Boy, that's the one thing I don't like. Timber's head goes down a lot better. I don't know if we can move this collar down. You'll see that peg goes down. I just don't know. It's like that collar gets in the way. Yeah, that collar really gets in the way. Let me move that off and see if we get any better head motion going down. It'll go down a little bit more, so when you're seated, he can actually look straight ahead like that, as you see. So the collar kind of is thick and gets in the way, and there's not a lot of room for it to slide down much. And then see, he can still look up a good amount, but the collar does kind of hinder that. But anyway, you see how he does. He can go all the way down to the ground like that, looking cool. So he's just relaxing beside Mutt as they chill a little bit before he goes back to training or goes out to start sniffing for bombs or drugs or cobras. All right, awesome. And thank you so much for joining us for another Superdave review. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. If you do, like, subscribe if you haven't, and comment if you have something to say, and we'll see you next time. Be blessed. Here's some photos in the photo gallery where we'll also be able to look and see these figures alongside of others. Thank you again. Talk with you soon.